Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. As I said in the last video, I split the BTC and ADA videos now. The reason for that is that the ADA chart doesn't really do much at the moment. Yeah, so it feels a bit repetitive to do so many updates a day for ADA. Most people seem to be interested in Bitcoin these days. Also, to combine videos isn't the greatest for the algorithm because let's say I make a 12-minute video. People leave the video after 8 minutes, it doesn't rank that well, so that is not good for the channel. Yeah, I mean, give me a week, let's see how it works, let's see how the Bitcoin videos rank, and let's see how the ADA videos are doing, because what it gives me then, if I split them, gives me the opportunity to go in a little bit more detail into the ADA chart. Also, I still want to do very regular updates about ADA, so possibly daily updates are still there for everybody who's loving ADA, so there's no reason to run away. But yeah, let's see how it goes, and after a week we can take a look at that, and maybe I'll do a poll, yeah, and then you can all decide how it did go for a week, because most people in the comments were actually agreeing with the idea to split them. But I understand that there are always people who really like that concept. So let's give it a week and see how it goes. All right, Bitcoin going down as expected. Last video I told you that I think it's going to roll around again. It did even come a bit lower than I expected in the first instance. So we're going to take a look at that. 39.2K again, 5.3% to the downside, 9% in the last 7 days. Just wanted to have another look at the Fear and Greed Index. Fear and Greed Index, as you can see here, slowly and steadily together with the price going up. Current price level or current level of the Fear and Greed Index is 28. We've moved back into fear from previously extreme fear, which is still sort of historically a good time to buy, because again, if we zoom out, you can see that whenever it was fear or extreme fear, it was historically actually a good time to buy. And when you then get back into the sort of greed phase, this is historically a good time to buy. It's actually quite simple. People don't do it often, and that is because people are greedy when it's going up and fearful when it's going down. Quite funny, but it is what it is. And they also have this other indicator here on look into Bitcoin, which is, oh, I can find it, maybe they took it out. Yeah, I can't find it. But, oh, here, relative unrealized profit loss is fairly similar, where in this scenario here, in this chart, we are actually in the optimism phase. So on this chart, we're actually not in hope, fear, and we're not in capitulation yet. And we haven't been there since the COVID crash. So that is interesting. That shows you, though, that there is still also from this point of view here, much more room for further downside to really shake people out. Yeah, based on this concept here, not enough people have actually been shaken out. And I always say that I don't think the low is already in, and I'm not only basing that on the Elliott Wave count, I'm also basing that on what I said before, that there was no real low yet. Yeah, not what Bitcoin typically does. We want a real low after which you can move to new all-time highs. And you just need to look at the chart here, how such a low looked like. That was a significant one that actually took it into capitulation here. Yeah, we had a significant low here in January 2019 or December 2018. Yeah, absolute significant low. Then we had a significant low here in January 15. And in November 11, yeah. So this is where, yeah, this is how it typically looked like. All right, let's go to Bitcoin, because yeah, it is interesting that it indeed did roll around. So we took a look at this concept here in the last video. For everybody who's new on the channel, this is my Bitcoin chart here. Made a larger wave 1 back in April 21, all-time high back then. Came down in a wave A, moved up in a wave B, coming down now in a wave C, which in my view isn't complete yet. To complete that wave C, we need to come down below the area between 29 or below 29K. So into the region between 20 and 29K. For some reason, someone asked me yesterday, is my concept of 20K Bitcoin dead? No, it's not dead. So it still remains my primary expectation. I've never said something something different, but I never specifically talked about 20k. It is the area between 29 and 20k. So I'm not telling everybody we're going to get to 20k. For me at the moment, from what I can see and what I believe, is it's going to be somewhere in this yellow target area. And the reason for that is that, first of all, why the 29k range? Well, 29k, that level is because of that previous low back in June 21. We need to get below that low, make a lower low to clean that ABC, or to tidy up that ABC correction. You want that lower low before you can go to new all-time highs, yeah, based on the Elliott Wave rules. That is typically also what Bitcoin is doing, an ABC with a lower low. And as I said before, when an asset is doing a certain wave pattern, it typically does that throughout its lifetime. It's not changing it. The other reason is in here, in this yellow target area, we've got the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Let's see if I can just crudely put that onto the chart here. Probably not, because I didn't really do the start well down here. If we start at the low, and there you can see this white line here is the 61.8% Fib level at 27.2. I didn't do it very accurately now, but I think it's at 27.4 normally, 27.4k. That's 61.8% Fib level. That's where I would, with the highest likelihood, expect the price to go. And where do the 20k come from? Two things. The 20k come from the previous high of the previous bull run. Here, that was back in end of 2017. You can see that here, 19 point, I don't know if it was exactly 20, but that's pretty much where it's based on, that previous high. Bitcoin never, so far at least, did go below the previous high in a bull run in its next bear market, basically, yeah. So after the next all-time high. So that is important. And also around 20k, we've got the 20-week moving average, which is also an important support level, yeah. And you can find that also here on the Look into Bitcoin website, where you've got the 200-week moving average heat map, and you can see where the 200-week moving average, if you don't use TradingView, you can see it's currently sitting at just above 20k, and historically the price did not really drop below the 200-week moving average. Just here in March 2020 it briefly dropped below it, but that was nothing sustainable. And also I think here in October 2015 there was a brief drop below the 200-week moving average, but also only here a very brief drop. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that is where this is based on. I still expect the price to go into this area either straight away, that would be my primary expectation, or with a, let's say, extension of that whole correction. If Bitcoin breaks above 46.5k, we could move higher. I talked about that yesterday in the video, to certain Fib levels and then come down, yeah. But we need to get into that target area for more sustainable all-time high moves. So at the moment we are in this sort of ascending triangle. We talked about that yesterday. In a triangle pattern, we yesterday came high here all the way to that resistance level at 42.6k. In the video yesterday evening, well, evening UK time, I talked about that it was looking like the market was rolling over again and finding resistance here. One reason for that was it was overbought on the daily chart. We could already see it was having here on the 1 hour chart a bearish divergence. Also what we did see here was this ascending broadening wedge, which is a bearish pattern. Yes, it's only on the 1 hour chart, but in the end it doesn't matter. If the market is rolling over, it's rolling over, even if it's just on the 1 hour chart. And it did that, and has, after a breakout out of this ascending broadening wedge, retested it. And I told you that the next stop for that would be, in my opinion, the 39.7k level. It did even break below that, and my view now would be that we could go down again to here the previous support, yeah, of that white ascending trend line, so 37.5k. Could get some idea of the VPVR, and you can see as well, this is where actually the main support is lying, yeah, here on the VPVR. If I zoom out a little bit, we are currently getting here into this support zone. This is why it's getting difficult for the price to get through there, yeah. This is also where we here had previously support, yeah. So this is exactly where we currently are, starting at 39.1k, going all the way down to that ascending support line. That ascending support line will as it did before here, also provide support. But first of all, the price needs to get through here the VPVR range, okay? And that is ranging, as I said, from where we are now, 39.1, 39.2K, all the way down to 37.8. Of course, we have dropped again. If we were at any point above it, we've dropped again below the 200, the EMA ribbon. Here on the 1 hour chart, dropped below it again, and we're probably going to get a short signal for that shortly. So also here on the 4 hour chart, looks like it was just a fake out. So again, that did work out, sort of that warning that we're coming down again, that we're rolling over. It was just too much of a pump yesterday that did come out of nowhere. And I mean, we know it was related to the USA, but still, it came a bit out of nowhere, and profit taking is going on. That's why, you know, we're getting this rolling over, and not a good sign for the bulls, because we, in the end, what did we do? We did a lower high in here, so we didn't even retest that 45K level up there again. And yeah, lower high, and what is emerging here could be what I've been talking about for days, which is that head and shoulders pattern here. And if that then materializes, yeah, and you get a move down to 37.7 and you actually break that, then we could actually move below it and actually get down, yeah, maybe much closer towards the target area here. And we've got here the next support levels around 34.5 and then 33K. You can see that the downtrend must not be over yet, or shouldn't be over yet. We still have a lot of room for further downside. On the 4 hour chart, we were just overbought up here, yeah. So we're getting down. And again, looking at the RSI indicator was absolutely helpful for determining that. The MACD also currently on the 4 hour chart losing buying momentum. Again, further room for further downside. The 1 hour chart is now nearly oversold again. But again, the 4 hour isn't yet. So I don't think that move down is necessarily over yet. Also, the hourly MACD is not turning around yet to the upside, and on the daily anyway, there is much further room. And what is very interesting, and again, that is not bullish. Yesterday we saw here a potential bullish crossover on the daily MACD. That would have been bullish, but it was just stopped again. Yeah, it was stopped again with this huge red candle that's coming here. So that indicates, yeah, that's not bullish. Bitcoin is not ready yet for a breakout to the upside. There was an attempted bullish crossover on the daily that would have, as I said, would have been bullish, but it was stopped. So again, now the RSI has recovered a little bit on the daily and is at 47, so there is much more room for further downside. So my view would be to at least go to the next support at around 37.7K then. That's my view here on Bitcoin now. Pretty much doing what was expected. Yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And yeah, if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership for access to the Discord server, the weekly live stream, and the live chat on Telegram. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.